Hello, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from. Welcome to today's brand new episode of the Aijaz Qureshi Show. This is your host and friend, Aijaz Qureshi from Toronto, Canada. Today, we have a very, very special guest with us, and she is an authority in herself. And today's topic is very near and dear to my heart. This is what we have been doing for past 3 years on this show, and trying to create some fire in you so that you can become what actually you are, and be more productive, and listen to your inner self, and become successful in your life. Today's topic is developing your creative inner compass. This is the topic today, and how do we develop that inner compass is important for us. For this topic, we have invited our great friend, Dr. Sofie Nubani. Dr. Sofie Nubani herself is from Orlando, Florida, in the United States of America. And she's the founder of Creative Masters Institute, and the Athens coaching program. She's doing a wonderful job there. And she is an author as well of her book, Optimize Your Creative Mindset. That's her book. It's an international award winner, and the bestseller everywhere. Um, I would urge you to definitely read that book. It's really important. Um, and let me tell you a little bit more about Dr. Sofie. She's the Goodwill Ambassador and a humanitarian serving the world at large. And Dr. Sofie is also an advocate of Interfaith Harmony, and teaching cross-cultural curiosity and creative intelligence. She has been a guest or keynote speaker on various events, and she has been a panelist as well on different events worldwide. Dr. Sofie is the recipient of several humanitarian awards, such as Female Thought Leader Award of Honor for her contribution from MENTORx, from the government of India. She has been awarded the Blue Blazer of Global Excellence Performance, and she has been awarded with the Settler Achievement from All Women Rock by C.D. Wilson Events. And last but not the least, she is the International Corona Warrior Award recipient as well, by Anti-Corruption Foundation of India. That's what she has been doing. And beside this, she teaches NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And you know that I've done numerous shows on mind sciences. That's also a branch of mind sciences. And I'm really a big fan of these, anything that deals with the brain or mind. So she's doing that, and she's offering certifications also in NLP. And she's the co-host of online show at Wilson Cafe Live. Let's welcome, without further ado, our esteemed guest, Dr. Sofie Nubani. Dr. Sofie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Blessings, blessings. Very
Thank you
nice
so
to
much.
be here.
Thank you so much for hopping on the show and accepting our request to come on the show and share your wisdom and knowledge with our viewers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
My honor, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. We have some comments here. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is with us, saying, good opening by Jasper. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Hang around until the end of this show, because today we're going to talk about this very important topic. Before we head to the topic, Dr. Sofie, I would like to just know a little bit more about you. I know your bio is really, really impressive, and that I just gave a gist of it. There's so much to it, and you have been doing amazing job in various fields. But before even we head to that, I would like to take you to your childhood, maybe 3-4 years old, Dr. Sofie.
Oh, wow.
What comes to your mind?
Okay, take me back to my childhood. I'm listening.
We all want to go back to the childhood, don't we?
Yes, and connect with our childlike innocence is very healthy, actually.
Absolutely. So, what memory you recall, earliest childhood memory that comes to your mind?
Earliest childhood memory, I lived in Oman, and
Oman.
yes, I was born in Amman, Jordan, in the Middle
Awesome.
East,
Wow.
and I had lived 14 years of my early life in Oman,
Wow.
and I had great memories.
تكلم عربي؟
Yes, بحكي عربي. It's like, yes, بحكي عربي. It's like we're so not in practice, but we can get
It's
by.
okay. It's okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know enough Arabic that I won't, be starving if I end up there.
You know the important words, right? To survive.
That's it, exactly.
They always said the fastest way to a man's heart is his stomach. So
I don't know
you
why.
managed to know the right words for that.
That is true. That is true. Thank you. Awesome. So yeah, 14 years in Oman, and then
And then I lived in Amman for the 3 years of my high school. I did some of my studies there, started in Amman, and then lived also in Cyprus.
in Cyprus, beautiful place to be. Yeah.
Yes, it was a very great experience. And I lived in Morocco also for 4 years, and then in the United States for the past 24 years in
Wow.
Orlando, Florida.
Wow, that's amazing. And again, somehow you pick these beautiful places, even like Orlando. I love Orlando because of oranges, because of sunny and rainy weather, and a great place to be.
Magical Disney World.
Yes, yeah, and those are just the bonuses,
Yeah, they are. You're right. We locals have a lot to use and do in Orlando and in Florida
Absolutely.
altogether. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. We got a few more comments. Let's hop on to the comments. Mr. Muhammad Ali Mughal with us. NLP sounds interesting. Absolutely. Neuro-linguistic programming is amazing. I mean, if you dig into it, it's beautiful thing to do, really, to be honest. Let me tell you, Muhammad Ali Mughal is our friend from Sailani Trust. They're training thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of youth of Pakistan on artificial intelligence, neuro-linguistic programming, e-commerce, all the tier
Beautiful.
one technologies. And he's the manager over there, so managing that. Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad Ali Mughal, for hopping on the show.
Oh, this is nice. I love that area. As I am on the board, I'm a senior board member as a creative mindset strategist for the international youth business communities.
Awesome.
Yes, so I do a lot of work. As you said, I am a Goodwill Ambassador, and I definitely have a heart to contribute back to humanity. And that's really
Wonderful.
where our future leaders are, and our legacy, our children are our future. So I love when we are in that consciousness and awareness to contribution, and also the right contribution of really giving them the tools and skill sets that will equip them to really build resilience. And above that is to even transcend and have self-growth and transcendence with the right tools. So that's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that insight, Dr. Sofie. Hafiz Muhammad Aslam is saying, Kamal, thank you so much, sir. So nice of you. Kamal means great. So thank you.
See, I love learning new words on the show,
exactly,
and all our viewers will as well.
Yes,
so now we know
exactly.
Kamal is great.
Kamal is great. Bela Banu Yusuf is our friend from Karachi, saying Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much. She's greeting, actually. Thank you so much. Salam is greeting. Yes.
Yes.
Malik Kashif Karam with us, saying great. So thank you so much for hopping on the show, Mr. Malik Kashif Karam. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Actually,
so you can read Arabic script, right? Don't you, Dr. Sofie?
Yeah, I speak it better than write. I can write and read, but the lack of practice, sometimes I'm not as strong in that, but I definitely can get by very well. Awesome. And I when you said greeting for Assalamu alaikum, it's such a beautiful greeting. Peace upon you. What a way to open an energy vortex with such beautiful intention and wishes of
Yeah.
peace to be
Peace,
upon
peace
a
be upon
person.
you. Exactly. That's
How
right.
beautiful, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's talk about this Creative Masters Institute that
Mm-hmm.
you founded, you're the
Mm-hmm.
founder of. What are you doing under that umbrella, actually?
Mainly certification programs and then hosting teams, whether we actually certify creative masters so they can in their countries, organizations or communities be able to host their teams,
Mm,
and or hire people from the organization to host it for them and build their creative skills that lead to innovation and a structure and a system so that they are able to be skillful in that area,
mm.
area of creativity.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. And what are you doing under that Athens coaching program? What sort of coaching do you provide?
So Athena coaching is a
Athena.
spiritual development
Okay.
program, and it
Spiritual
is
development, right?
it's a 90 days. It's a 3 months course and
Okay.
program, and my doctorate is in spiritual development, so I am very passionate in areas of psychology, spirituality, energy, and
Amazing.
neuro-linguistic programming of the mind.
Wow.
Definitely is
Wow.
very appealing because I feel the more we are able to connect with self and understand our mind and be able to shift thoughts and use different thinking styles,
Wow.
we feel more empowered, more confident, and more courageous in our walk of life, and also having the clarity to make better decisions and become good at problem solving.
Mm,
So definitely, that's what it really tries to accomplish as a result.
awesome. Awesome. That's great. And what kind of shows that you're co-host of? What kind of shows you host under the umbrella of Wisdom Cafe Live?
Cafe. Yes. So we have two shows. We have Meet the Expert and
Okay.
Meet the Author.
Okay.
And so we meet with best-selling authors or authors and their journey, their backstory. We had interviewed few celebrities, and you know you'll be surprised what we see in an end result of hard work and effort. Always behind the scene, there's so many different stories, and those stories, because they're
Mm,
so authentic,
yeah.
they're inspiring, and it helps others who may be in that space to really have a different perception and perspective to
True.
maybe what could be an obstacle or something difficult to overcome in their own mind.
Hmm.
And now they see it from a different light. And it gives them this hope and encouragement to be more and to do more. And that's really the aim of it. And the
Awesome.
expert the same way. We get experts, meaning someone who has proven successful results in their industries, and we get their backstories. We ask them different questions, and it's been a beautiful also connection. Because when we are doing like what you're doing yourself is beautiful. I love your shows, by the way. I was able to watch few as well. So, I mean, it's really a great contribution when you allow people to have a voice and
Yeah.
to share the voice
Absolutely.
collectively.
Absolutely.
That's how we grow, and that's how
Absolutely.
we broaden our vision and be able to collaborate and understand one another even more.
Awesome.
And you read that I'm an advocate of interfaith harmony and multiculturalism.
You are.
I really believe that with that, it really cuts the heart walls and the barriers between societies, communities, and individuals.
True.
And the fear of the unknown, the uncertainty of a certain tradition or culture will create the resistance of the other culture not to want to interact. But when that is dissolved, in just knowing that, hey, we are all the same but in different walks of lives and paths and mindset, that if we can unite in our strengths, we can go a lot further and do better.
True.
So
True.
it is awesome and beautiful. So yes.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. And that was an unpaid advertisement. Thank you so much, Dr. Sophie.
Oh, blessings, blessings. You deserve, in life, I always like to feel we have thoughts and feelings, and many don't express it. They can admire you so much and
True.
their heart and wish you well too, and
Yeah.
maybe support you in different ways, but don't have the ability to speak it up, to make it vocal, to have
I
a
know.
sound to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love when I can have a sound to a good work,
Yes.
because you know what? Appreciation is so beautiful. It's
True.
a form of gratitude to the other person's work and time
Absolutely.
and effort. And it's something that you're doing to your community and to the world. And so the least we can say is, hey, thank you for making
Absolutely.
this time and offering this kind of contribution.
Absolutely. And let me share you, Dr. Sophie, my yesterday's experience, not very late. Just yesterday. Yesterday, I had a great, great guest on my show, Marine Mustakazi. We did the show, and after the show, after doing the show, I requested her to create a shout out for my show. How did it go, and what she felt about. And in that shout out, she said that I was hosted by Aijaz Qureshi, and he's a beautiful person. And it hit me, and oh my God! And I kind of shied away from that, and it was a little embarrassment that a woman, and she's mashallah married and with 3 kids and grown up, and not that she's a young girl saying that, but if somebody says that, so I can exactly connect that the appreciation, how good you feel when somebody really appreciate you. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, yes, blessings.
Awesome, great. Alrighty, so let's hop on today's topic, which is developing your creative inner compass. So I know compass. We all use compasses, and that gives us some sort of sense of direction where we are going, right? But do we have an inner compass? I didn't know that. So we'll figure it out from you today. And even better than that, there is a creative inner compass. So let's find that out. So where do you want to start about today's topic?
Yes. Well, going to your question, obviously, would be nice to clear that. So, we operate on different levels of consciousness. And so we have the instinct, we have the intellect, and then we have intuition.
Yeah,
Intuition is the highest level of consciousness.
true.
And when we can understand that, we also can understand that when we are grounded and in awareness and mindfulness in our life, we are able to connect with what symbolically we refer to as an inner compass. For example, if you are going to from Toronto and you're traveling to Montreal and you're driving and you have a sense of where to go, but maybe your GPS is not on or you don't have a map, you might keep stopping to ask, and people may help you, and you might still get there
True.
maybe a lot longer
Longer.
than
It
you
can
need
take
to
longer.
arrive.
Yeah.
Now, we don't say that sometimes within the losses you might discover new paths and it's still good for
Yeah,
expansion
that's
and
right.
growth.
Yes.
However, if we are going to be structured into a life and we have a clear divine openness to what is our purpose, or what is the meaning that really gives us that passion and ignites the fire of
True.
our why we are doing something, it puts us in more structure. And structure is kind of needed for a little bit more organization so you can feel more clear in guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Not to eliminate the openness of imagination where everything starts, but imagination alone without the convergent thinking or the critical thinking or the problem solving to pick and choose and make decisions of what it is that you're choosing to
Mm,
use out of this imagination will
true.
not make it to fruition. There is no innovation. We are just dreamers. They are just imagining, and it's beautiful space. But then what is the results? Need action.
Yeah,
Action
exactly.
requires us to make decisions, to have clarity, so we can make better choices.
Mm-hmm.
So inner compass will symbolize having the clarity of choosing and trusting ourselves more, and what could enhance such action, so forth. So that is when you ask, do we have an inner compass? Your inner compass is like your inner guidance. On a cellular level, we all have our inner guidance system built in every cell that we're
Mm-hmm.
made of, really. If we are giving time to listen to our internal dialogue and intuition and voice, we can be going many new ways and directions, and know that there's so much more of what's possible than the limitations of what is only seen based on maybe beliefs or personal views or things that we adopted from tradition, culture, or religion, that go beyond those limitations. And
Mm-hmm.
it allows us to have that grounding in our footsteps as we go further into our lives.
Amazing, amazing. I have more questions, but a comment popped up. So let's take that comment. It's a little bit big, so I have to change the format here. So Muhammad Ali Mughal is saying from Karachi, I'm done with my MPhil in computer science so far. Congratulations, that's great news, mashallah. Thank you so much for sharing that news. And I want to proceed my PhD in USA, especially in artificial intelligence, as you yourself is a doctorate. So can you guide me little in this aspect, especially how to acquire scholarships there in USA? Sorry if I'm out of context on the topic. No, no, it's okay.
Yes.
The
Uh,
only bad question is the question that you didn't ask. So, yeah.
right. Exactly, and it is very important, and I always respect and like intellectual curiosity, which is very healthy, which is part of creative intelligence, creative mindset,
True,
which is curiosity intelligence.
true, true.
And Harvard Business Review actually had a very beautiful article on that, because it is a little bit new to our system. We're so more aware of emotional intelligence.
Sure.
And they had made studies on curiosity intelligence with many different groups and so forth. And it was shown that it is a skill that can be developed. So some have more inquisitiveness, openness, and creativity than others. But those who have intellectual curiosity tend to ask questions. If you don't ask the question, you just don't know who knows who. So I may not
Exactly.
have the answer,
That's right. That's
but
right.
I can recommend someone who does.
Yes.
As the question that has been asked to me is not in the field of me to give the best advice on.
Right.
So I don't want to mislead or guide.
Right.
But we can find out more, and when we
Get back.
find out what we find out, we can get back on
Absolutely.
that,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sophie. Great, great, great. All right. So I wanted to ask you, you said we have all inner compass, right? But how do we know that that inner compass is guiding us in the right way? Or,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes our expectations, our emotions, those things, environment around us, people around us, what we see, they try to, move away from the path that inner compass is trying to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
How these external factors or internal factors impact on this inner compass, giving us the directions.
Yes, through my coaching program, one of the very first exercises I do with every single client is to really go through their emotional core values and their pain values and their gain values. The reason for that, when you understand that clearly, you will have better way of being more assertive and setting better boundaries and clear in what really aligns with you. Because if your mind, your intellect, and your heart, your emotions are not aligned in what decision you are making, usually you might take it, but not necessarily that it will be sustainable for your best optimal health. We mean by that, it has to resonate with your values, your principles, your knowing your being. For example, some people discover that maybe their emotional core value is connection. So everything they do
is through connecting
is
with,
through connecting, and
yeah,
and
either
that's where
connecting
their
with people,
happiness is.
connecting with nature, connecting with anything. Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
mind you, they might like a person so much that their core value is freedom.
Mhm.
And what happens now, the clash that could happen is the following: the freedom core value needs their space a lot more. They're free
Right.
spirit. They are here, they want to explore, they want to discover, they want to fly, the connection wants to have this with them all the time. So if we kind of understand where we stand and what it is, then maybe the other person understands it, then they don't take it personal why the person is behaving towards them that way. That is within a relationship status, whether it's a
Correct.
child to a father to a husband, wife, whatever the case might be in that positioning. However, to self, to self, if that person who has a core value of freedom has to go into endeavors or things that they do in life, and they get in areas where they have to deal with something that takes that away from them, then they're gonna not feel happy. They're gonna have the anxiety, the stress, the stagnation, and not understand even why they're feeling it. But the truth is, when you make a decision or something, you have to ask yourself, does that make me feel free?
Yeah.
Because for that person, it's that freedom that's going to give them that inner peace. So to accomplish love, to accomplish inner peace, to accomplish productivity, they have to feel free.
Yes, that's important.
So to answer that question, identifying their own values, then those outside external noises don't become as loud for them to make better decisions for themselves, because they are in awareness with their inner guidance through their own self-trusting inner compass. And that could be a symbolic way of connecting. And by the way, our brain processes and images and pictures a lot better and faster. So if I have a symbol of something, it's easier for me to connect and to process and to anchor to it. So when we say, let's create or discover our inner compass, and then you relate and start understanding what is your north, what is
Yeah,
your inspiration, what leads you, what guides you to that,
exactly.
then it's going to be a lot easier. We're not saying it's going to always be easy,
Yeah.
because sometimes in life, that challenge is so healthy for your growth, so
True.
important. In
True.
fact, when I was younger, I was thinking a little bit different. As I was getting older and learned more in life and experience, now I embrace challenge as a motivation, because
True.
it gives me an opportunity to really start thinking from different ways. I look at now, it's like a puzzle, is fun, and I want to discover it. Not that I'm saying, oh, crisis, come to me.
True.
But I am saying that when things do happen outside the comfort zone, it's allowing me to really be in that challenge, which stimulates my brain to think higher and deeper. So
Right.
that is a very healthy area to be in life, so that you can continue to grow, challenging your own self into a better way so that you can really grow in a healthy way as well.
Right, right. So, this creative mindset, and you wrote the book about it, Optimize Your Creative Mindset. Now, we all have mindset. How do we make it a creative mindset, actually? Because not every one of us have creative mindset. Unfortunately, that's a reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
how
it
do
is a
we convert it
mindset.
into a creative one and then optimize it to be more creative?
Beautiful, yes. So there are many different mindsets.
Yes.
And I really like Carol Dweck's book, which is called Mindsets. It's taught in a lot of universities and psychology classes and so forth.
Okay.
We have a winner's mindset, a champion's mindset,
Mhm.
a goal setting mindset, we have success mindset, we have a laughter mindset,
Mhm.
and we have a creative mindset, and we
Mhm.
have envy mindset, jealousy
Mhm.
mindset, fear
Mhm.
mindset,
Yeah.
blame mindset. There are over 33 different mindsets, which is in chapter 2 in my book. I literally talk about all the
Wow.
different mindsets after the first one, which is thinking styles, because I really believe we have a foundation of thinking before I go into the mind so we can have a better mind with
True.
the thinking process. So going back to your question, I funneled all of that again back into the two different mindsets, the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. And I
Mm.
categorize, for example, the success mindset, the champion mindset, the winner's mindset under a growth mindset,
Mhm.
the fear mindset, the blame mindset, the guilt mindset under fixed mindset.
Fixed. Okay.
So when we are going to a creative mindset, which
Yeah.
is into a growth mindset, because listen, how we are made and how we are created is all in creation. So we are co-creators of something that has been already created
True.
before,
Yeah.
right? And with that, we are made for growth. Otherwise, you and me are still infants. I'm still 2 years. I've never grown from there. The
That's right.
laws of nature and creation is naturally inviting for growth. And when we stop growing, we literally die in our spirit. That's
That's
what
it.
people
Exactly.
start.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
may
that's
not physically
depression.
die, but yeah, spiritually and yeah, we die. That's right.
Absolutely. So we are made for growth, and
Yes.
creativity is inviting for that, and it is something that we all have naturally within. Okay, it's just something that we have to unlearn, meaning our school systems and the way they were set up was more for industrial makeup, basically. You have to do the test because of the way you're set up for work and so forth, so you're taught to pass a test. So you're learning to pass a test, not to learning to understand, to grow, to have feedback. It's okay to make mistakes. You're judged by your grades, and if you're an A student, you're praised, you're honored. And if you
Mm.
go a little bit against the grain and you're not doing that, you're looked at like you're lazy, you're not an achiever, you're a failure, and maybe now even within your own family, you're not, feeling the empowerment. The truth is the creativity is non-conformist in a way where it allows you to explore, to expand, to be able to connect different dots and bring in new concepts and put them together, whether it is from creative imagination and or from synthetic imagination.
Hmm.
So once we understand those little details, we are able to really tap into our creative mindset fully and more courageously, meaning we are okay with failure because we look at failure as feedback. How can you test something?
Yes.
Like Walt Disney, when he and I teach his technique through my creative NLP process because I love it. He always had three ways that he would put things in, and Robert Dilton is the one who brought the Disney technique, they call it. So you start with the imagination, the dreamer stage, and then you have the reasoning stage, and then you have the critic stage. You need all these stages to really come up with a healthy, good plan and strategy. And when you put yourself into each one of them, you are able to have more congruency within your own understanding to what you're doing, and which allows you to fuel and charge better as you go through life, including when you face challenges.
Yes.
Because by default, now you have a system where your mind, your subconscious language, the way you talk to yourself, the way you file the information, the way when this problem is coming to you, how are you receiving it, where are you carrying it, and distributing it into your thought process.
True.
So those things are all very effective into enhancing a creative mindset for those who don't have it, which they think they don't have it, that need to develop it or go back into connecting with it.
So you're saying that everybody has a creative mindset.
Different levels.
Some people think that they don't have it, but they have it, but they have to develop it.
Because let me tell you, like in the beginning of Optimize Your Creative Mindset, I talk about the different levels of creativity. So we have the little C, the mini C, we have the big C, like, you know, inventors and so forth. When someone is, for example, they go to school and they do a little drawing and the teacher gives them a good grade. Now they come back home and their parents love it.
Happy.
They put it, they put it in the living room. Now they're acknowledged by their parents. That is a sort of a creativity. Someone cooking and they add a new spice, and now this famous dish that everybody knows one way, but this person added one little ingredient and spiced it up in a whole different way. That's creative, you see. But we look at creatives just to be like a singer or an artist, but there is science and there is arts in creativity. And there is levels of creativities, and because of that there is also opportunity to develop that based on the interest of the individuals. And that is by being curious of how you can develop it, and then you will start becoming better and better when you develop that creative attitude. It starts with the attitude, really.
Yes, absolutely. Attitude is everything, actually. Yes, you're right. You're right. We'll talk more. Let's have a few more comments here. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, it's true that brainstorming is a common technique of academic and professional setup, and it can be utilized as a powerful tool for developing and creativity, not only in human being, but also in other animals. That's true. That's true. Creativity and brainstorming. Yes, we think different things and then implement something. Would you like to say something about this comment, Dr. Sofie?
No, sure. Anything that requires us to be more expansive in our thoughts, with putting more possibilities. For example, I talk about different thinking styles. And when you look at lateral thinking compared to design thinking, to abstract thinking, to blue sky thinking, they are all different techniques on how you are going to position the issue to solve the problem.
True.
And when we understand that, and then we understand the value of critical thinking, analytical thinking, and conversion thinking, it allows for both the right and left side of the brain to be present, which is Ned Herman's work, theory that the right brain myth of creatives is a myth, because you're really using the full brain to actually be creative.
That's true.
Then yes, mind mapping is so good. I love using mind maps, and you know, when you are brainstorming, it is good with others and so forth. But I also like to always invite your own inner compass first, and to not be reliant on others' ideas.
External factors, yes.
Come with yours first, see what comes organically, naturally, and then take that and evaluate and get the feedback. Yes.
Thank you for that. I hope that answered your comment, Sheikh Saeed Ahmed Sahab. Salman Ahmed from Toronto, our brother and friend, saying Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sahab. Alaikum assalam. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. And Sheikh Said Ahmed is further saying Dr. Nubani is not providing a new idea. It has been discussed for many years.
Yes.
I think even in the prehistorical days,
Yes.
resulting into the current society. I use the same system in changing the marketing style in insurance industry, resulting in my look in my book titled Insurance Theory and Practice. Awesome, awesome. That's great. Yeah. No, these things are there, but sometimes they need revitalization, I would say. And that's what Dr. Sofie Nubani is doing, revitalizing these
Actually,
mind theories and
yes.
creative inner self.
There's different ways of creativity, so you have the original organic, and then you have the connecting the dots with old concept to new concepts.
True, true.
So a lot of things that you have learned from your great great grandpa and grandma that worked maybe still working today for you, and they are not new ideas because they were, but with today's techniques and technology you're able to apply them in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
When we feel that there's nothing new to offer, we are already not allowing the growth mindset to be open to receiving.
That's the end of it, exactly.
So basically, my book is 427 pages. The last 2 chapters are really new of my own, for example, concept. The Circle of Creative Masters is a new concept of how it is applied, and people who read it will know, because I am an advocate of interfaith harmony and multiculturalism. I really believe in adversity and the growth from of the diversified universe, and what comes out of those challenges in people and societies that makes them more creative. And those creative solutions, those people, when they get together, they are thinking in a different way. They're applying the things in a different way based on their personal knowing and experiences.
True.
So now that same thing might not be new, but you have new ways of solving it.
Yes.
You see? So that is really where it's at. So whether if you're telling me something about NLP and I'm going to tell you, well, you know what? That's not new. Because NLP has been there from way back, from
For ages.
John Grinder and Richard Bandler, who created the NLP system.
True.
Way back then. But for example, when we went through the third certification program, did my basic practitioner, master practitioner, and trainer, the federation that I was under, they invited for new techniques that they actually accredit and allow. So I was able to create creativity NLP that is not out there, for example.
True.
So it is not a new as an NLP, but it's a new technique that is now available that was not available before. So that's nice. That's one of the things that is very beautiful about creative minds, is really the openness, the intellectual curiosity, the intellectual openness. Invites more of the possibilities and understanding to create in a different way, a little bit more spicy way. So we can go on the same road, but maybe you like to plant some gardenia, jasmine, some dates and fruits on your path. Some people just like it plain, and it's okay. Everything is okay. But everyone has a different flavor of how they present and deliver and how they teach as well.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Salman Ahmed is saying from Toronto, everything starts with attitude. 100% agree. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. Attitude is everything. And something came to my mind, Dr. Sofie, on this. Attitude with gratitude. What do you think about it?
Phenomenal. It is an opening. It is really, truly, when we are depressed, and I tell you to be optimistic. Some people by nature are more optimistic and more positive in their DNA way of living, period. That's how they're made.
True.
I am one of those people that I could be to a fault, like too optimistic, but then I am always going back. We have reality and we have to be realistic as we are optimistic. And when we face challenges, just like we are now in a world pandemic, everyone is going through it, gratitude is the only anchor that's going to keep you to be on course, because gratitude is so realistic. It is not something that some people, when you tell them act
it's
as
not
if
superficial. It's
yeah,
not.
they're not. Some people cannot travel further to that imagination or feeling that they already received something and they're feeling good about it.
True.
So those people who have that more of the critical thinking mindset, if they have gratitude, it's going to help them transcend their area much faster to a better place. So what do I have now that I could be thankful for that is currently present? True. I have my eyesight, I can breathe. Whatever it is that you're thankful for, that gratitude is going to be an opening for a very good area and vortex of energy that will invite good experience into one's life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for shedding light on that. Thank you so much. It just came to my mind that,
yes.
With those cancer and fatal accident and, liver transplant and everything, coming back to life from the dead, it's something really that definitely the gratitude is something that is taking me far, to be honest. So that I shared from my personal experience. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, I appreciate Aijaz Qureshi on bringing my reference on the table. Thank you, Presa. Thank you so much. Every reference is valuable on the show, and thank you so much for participating and commenting. I really do appreciate it. Giving us your time is something really commendable, and I do appreciate it. Saadat Hussain Saad is saying, welcome to Pakistan, Doctor.
Blessings. Amen. Amen. It will be an honor and pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed saying, DrSofie, you're really pleading the concept in a very awesome way. Thank you, too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Blessings. Blessings. Thank you.
He's adding 427 pages of your book. Is really a very good contribution to spread brainstorming on this burning topic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
We show him since we are on a show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You don't want to take it on a plane because it is a little heavy.
Thank you. 427. Yeah, that's great. I would love to read that book. Definitely. Absolutely.
Yes.
I love mind sciences. And
we will send you a Kindle and you can have it. This way you can read it fast enough.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Dr. Sofie.
Amen. Yes.
Sheikh Saeed Ahmed saying, I agreed to the new ways. Yes, absolutely. There should be new ways to find ourselves and moving ahead. Muhammad Ali Mughal is saying, I want to learn more core concept of NLP. Wow, definitely. You can join Dr. Sofie's course and you can learn NLP. It's really amazing how the neuro-linguistic program, you can get done like pretty much everything with the NLP if it's done in the right way. It's amazing. It's magic. I would say
actually,
it's magic.
The NLP course that I am doing currently is with Dr. Bob Choate, and his background is in neuroscience and psychology. We created a NLP certification program that actually gives 4 certifications outside the basic NLP practitioner course. Awesome. So yes, awesome. So it is really cool and a good tool to have for people, definitely.
Absolutely. Awesome. Great. So we are 50 minutes almost into the show. Is there anything about the topic that you wanted to talk and we didn't get a chance to talk about it, Dr. Sofie? Or did we exhaust the topic?
I would maybe add one thing, because when we are more in awareness, we expand our consciousness, which will expand our perception to life. And I always like to contribute to that, is understanding the curiosity process. And because it's really where everything starts, practicing to be more curious, asking more questions and higher order questions, I would say. Challenging facts. So there's a process with curiosity. First, it's like the 3 C's. You challenge if the fact is challengeable, because you don't want to waste your time already if the fact is not challengeable.
True, true.
So one of the things, I'm also a co-founder of the program, the Laughter Mindset. And one of the things I did say in the past, laughter will boost your immune system.
It does. Yeah.
Medically, boosting your immune system is not a medical term, boosting
okay.
it.
Okay.
But me and you understand what we mean by that.
Yes.
When our immune system is boosted than where it needs to be, is then when people would have autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, because then now your immune system starts attacking back. So the thing is, or somebody says, I'm on a detox diet, and now everybody wants to buy that detox juice, but is anybody asking what is the ingredients of that detox? But everybody wants to get thin so fast, so they want to go order it so fast.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So challenging. So the first C is always challenging. The fact if it is challengeable. The second C would be to consider. So now that we challenge it, we're going to have different choices to consider. So always try to understand and know, where are my resources coming from?
Yes.
For example, in my book, I have 8 pages of reference because I have done so much research on evidence and facts outside my own last 2 chapters, which is my own creative mind and new ideas and concepts that I introduce. Okay. But a lot of the others, and then I have 14 contributors that are actually very successful in their life and share their backstories and how they utilize their creative mindset. So there's a lot of areas that you can pick from. The book got categorized as a bestseller in popular psychology, cognitive psychology, creativity, and genius. So it is a study manual more than just a book, okay? And with that, talking about curiosity, when you have the consider, the challenge, then you consider, and then you conclude after that. True. And that's where that conversion thinking is very important. So I encourage our viewers, anyone listening on replay and so forth, is always, even what I'm telling you myself, because that's how we grow.
Yes.
That's how I wrote a lot of things in my book. I got one thing and then I was questioning it. Then I learned more. Then through the research, I was able to open up to other things. And I'm like, oh, wow. So this research says this says that. Then I had a new perception from both and I created something new from that. True. You see? True. So never stop growing and be always curious in a healthy way, not a destructive way. You don't have to be curious about what time your neighbor came back and what did they eat. And being more nosy than curious, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But have intellectual curiosity. It's very
when
healthy.
They buy a new pet, you said, or they buy a new grill and they buy a new car and you're looking at them. And that's unnecessary. Dr. Sofie, great discussion. I'm also trying to become an author and I'm writing a book. It's in review stage. It has 10 chapters. Beautiful. The title of the book is The Art of Coexistence. So that's what I'm writing.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful topic.
So hopefully I'll find a publisher to publish, and definitely I'll talk to you more about how did you publish your book and how I can do it. So definitely, thank you so much.
Blessings.
One more comment we have from Sheikh Saeed Ahmed saying, yes, Dr. Sofie Nubani, you can conduct this course virtually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These days, everything is happening virtually.
We really transitioned actually to there's always a positive thing and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So usually classes were held, in person. Coaching was held in person. True. Now, literally, at this moment, most of it, 95%, is actually virtually. So what happened, I had more people from around the world that I never had before able to attend because of that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is. It is, exactly.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Dr. Sofie, for discussing that important topic. Let's hop to the segment that we talked about earlier, and that is U and Q. Q for Qureshi, so that's you and me. And in this, we'll be playing a little game here that will be a rapid fire. I'll give you a word, and then whatever comes to your mind, you will just speak it out, uncensored, without any thought. You cannot think on this. You just have to speak out. Whatever comes to your mind, you're going to say that out loud.
All right.
Okay. So the first word is home.
Grounding.
Grounding. Tea.
Love it.
Love it. Great. Air.
Breathe it.
Breathe. A horse.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy. Mountain.
Climate.
Steak.
I don't eat it. I'm mostly vegetarian.
All right.
I almost just eat fish, but
That's good. That's good. That's good. Flower.
smell it.
Smell it. So you're doing great, actually. You are using, you're answering how you can take advantage or make use of that particular thing. So thank you so much for doing it that way. It's beautiful. The spoon.
Use it.
Use it. If it's there, use it.
Utilize it. Let it be of use.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They call utensil for a reason, right?
Yes.
Exactly. A friend.
Nurture it.
Nurture it. Yes. A neighbor.
Connect with
Connect.
it.
Love.
Express it.
Express it. Owl.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Success.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Story.
Tell it.
Tell it. Donkey.
Learn from it.
Learn from it. Breath.
Breathe it.
Breathe it. A fair color. Complexion. Fair complexion.
Bright.
Bright. Pen.
Right.
Right. Mother-in-law.
Communicate.
Communicate. Peace.
Feel it.
Soul.
Discover it.
Discover. Cleverness.
Tap into it.
Tap into it. Seriousness.
In time.
In time. Driver.
Alert.
Alert. Friendship.
Treasure.
Leader.
Skillful.
Skillful. Boss.
Respect.
Black.
Grounding.
Time.
Precious.
Heart.
Open.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. So that was UNQ. I hope you liked it.
Actually, it was fun. It was fun. Caught me off guard there, but that's what it's all about. I love those things.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because we do lots of discussion, developmental discussions and things like that. These kind of topics, they're dry, but they're knowledgeable, but they're dry. So we try to, blend it with something like this.
Fun.
I would like to ask you your 3 habits, Dr. Sofie. Bad or good or bad, it doesn't matter. 3 habits that you have.
I meditate daily.
Daily, good.
And I like to read or learn something daily. I have to learn something, even if it's a very small bit, but it's an addiction.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So the addiction part is bad.
Good addiction, actually. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's good.
And,
what is the third one?
I have a habit of truly always, when I face anything all the time and in daily, whether someone is telling me something or I'm looking at it, I always like to use a different perspective in it and be in an observer seat viewing it. So the end of the day, when my day is over, I always have that where I view my day, but then when I sleep, I have a habit always to ask a question before I sleep. And in the morning, or I dream it, or I feel it. It's a habit that I've been doing for a while.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. All right. A few more comments. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, I'm happy to learn that you're going to bring a new book. Wishing you the best. Thank you so much, Mr. Sheikh. I definitely need that because I've written some technical journals and articles and technical. That's all I lived and breathed and learned throughout since 1976. I've been in information technology field, and I did lots of writing, but those were all technology. This time I'm trying different, and that is the art of coexistence. How do we coexist with ourselves, with the nature, with others, and chaos going around in the entire world, and those things I'm talking in this book. It's very interesting phenomena that I'm really writing on. So thank you so much for your encouragement. I really appreciate it. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, good game. I like it playing a functioning game. Yes, absolutely. Quick answers,
Yes, that was cool.
By the way, these answers, they have meaning to me, to be honest. And I try to learn about people who I play with more, through these rapid fire words and things like that, how they feel, how they react to it, and things like that. So thank you so much for playing so nicely.
Thank you,
DrSofie. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, if this is a style, I'm sure Qureshi Saab, you will bring a book over 2,000 pages, inshallah. I don't know about that. For now, I plan to do only 10 chapters in that book, and 2,000 pages, I don't know. But can I write 2,000 pages? Yes, I can. Will I write 2,000 pages? No.
Recently,
book, people need something quick read, and even 427 pages. To be honest, there must be something in it that we can really learn from that book that DrSofie has written.
It's more like a study book. That's why it's very different,
Exactly.
But somebody topped it. So I have a few friends that co-authored in a book called The One Habit, and it's 800 pages.
Wow.
And I got the book. It's phenomenal. It has a lot of, many successful entrepreneurs, the habits that they stopped so they can be successful, and the habits that they have that they are successful.
Wow.
So it's cut through that, and it's just a page on each one, but it's 800 pages.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, function of human brain, he always been my topic. Wow, that's great. That's good to know.
Yes.
My gain was only due to my concentration on this topic. Keep it up. I'm sure Aijaz Qureshi, your book will be amazing. Thank you so much. These kind of encouragement, DrSofie, they really take me far, to be honest.
Yes.
And I really can't finish reviewing it quickly and get it done and get it published.
And the topic is a very nice topic. And your background in science and technology and connecting that with nature and energy and mindset is going to be very powerful to see your perspective.
True.
And based on your own personal journey and experience itself, you had been a very amazing example in your servant leadership. And I'm sure that many are going to gain a lot of wisdom in your teachings and words. So we are all looking forward for that, and we'll support you on that journey.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Definitely, this encouragement takes me far, to be honest. Yes. So what would be your final message before we end the show, DrSofie, about the show itself and the topic today that we talked about?
I would encourage everyone to truly tap into their inner compass, because when we are in that state of awareness, we are going to be better citizens of the world, to ourselves and to others. So be the change you want to see in the world is one of the best messages that I can encourage many to really take that accountability, responsibility individually, so that collectively we can all do better. And regarding the show, what can I say? It's beautiful, and it was nice meeting all of you who are watching and who will be watching later. It is a pleasure and an honor to share space and share dialogue and wisdom together and grow together and connect together. And we're here for you in every way, and reach out, and what can I say? Love to humanity, and beautiful show, and
Awesome.
Definitely always interesting things that you bring out. Definitely.
Thank you, DrSofie. It has been a pleasure hosting you. It's great. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
We have a few more comments. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, you may not write, but this style of research will certainly be the result of over 2,000 pages. Thank you. Yeah, it's a big topic, actually, Sheikh Saeed Ahmed Saab. It's really interesting phenomena that I am addressing in this book. And I'm super duper excited to really get it, published, and at least stand in line with the published author, so I can add another feather to my hat, saying that yes,
and it is much easier.
Or not, I don't know about that, but yes, at least a published author. Yes, thank you.
It's much easier than we think it is. The writing is the easiest part. The publishing is a little bit where you really need to make the decisions and so forth.
Yeah, that's right. That has been stopping me from, getting this book out, actually. Yeah. And
we'll give you some guidance on that. But to tell Sheikh Saeed Ahmed, so since he's very persistent and insisting on your 2,000 pages, what happened with me originally is I wanted to write one book. So Optimize Your Creative Mindset. Yes. I ended up writing over 1,000 pages. That's why we divided it. So basically, I was recommended to do it into a book series because it was too big. Book 1 is 427 pages. So book 2 and book 3 are there, but they're not published yet because people have to digest book 1 altogether.
And then be ready to
yes. So you can do the same. Yeah. You can do the same idea.
Yeah. So maybe I can write 2,000 pages and publish them in a series. Yeah, that's a great idea. Brilliant idea. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Blessings.
And, Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, I suggest you form a forum with some productive targets beneficial to all the members. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Sheikh Saeed Ahmed is saying, DrSofie Nubani, you were a very good guest, and of course, Aijaz Qureshi, you proved as the best. No, sir, I'm not the best. I'm just a learner. I'm just learning bits and pieces here and there. But it's all, the credit goes to the guests themselves and all the viewers, the intellectual viewers.
Amen.
Who give their time. Time is money, as we say, right? Don't we, Dr.
Yes. And
if somebody is sticking with us for an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they have given me thousands of dollars, to be honest, from their time. And all these intellectual people who are around us at this time. I'm really, really thankful and indebted to all of you who have been on the show and listening and commenting and appreciating and sharing, to be honest. Thank you so much, DrSofie Nubani. You were a
blessings. Blessing is my honor. Blessings.
Great. So here it's time to conclude the show. Thank you so much on behalf of Dreams Television, the Aijaz Qureshi Show, myself, DrSofie Nubani, all the team members who helped me run this show, and all those viewers who have watched us on our YouTube channel live and commented, Facebook page live and commented, participated in the show. For all those viewers who will be watching the recording of this show according to their time zones and commenting and appreciating, thank you so much for hopping on the show and sharing great knowledge about the creative inner mindset. Thank you.
Blessings. Yes. Thank you.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
All right, viewers, that was Dr. Sofie Nubani. Amazing person, and I definitely learned a lot along with you guys. Thank you so much for being with us and taking part into this show. It really means a lot to me, and it gives me the energy and encouragement to really keep doing it on a daily basis without any financial or personal gain. So thank you so much for hopping on the show. Until next time with another guest, this is your host, Aijaz Qureshi, saying goodbye. Take care. God bless.